Blessings, you guys. Your girl coming back in with another one. I know it's a little bit late, but we in here. We Jenny from the block on these YouTube streets. But y'all about to come in on this one. I won't hold y'all. It won't be long or anything like that. But y'all see that title. Is this what you wanted? You know, because I sat back and thought about something. And I'm like, I think I found the key to the mint. Or the mint to the key. Okay, so it's like, now I can only relate to this and relationship wise, but not marriage wise. But it all ties together, especially if you was with a knock. Okay, because was that what you wanted? Y'all see that title? Was that what you wanted? Was that what you wanted? Was that what you wanted? Okay? No. They wanted you, but not for the reason that you thought they wanted you. Okay? So I realized that, let's go, because it has to relate to marriage. So when you get engaged, some churches, some religions suggest that you go to marriage counseling and, couple counseling, something counseling or therapy or whatever. To speak to the pastor, or maybe you just go to a counselor, or maybe you go to a therapist to try to figure out if this is the next step that you want to make, or if you guys are compatible, or if it's things that you need to work out, or things that you need to figure out, or whatever. I don't know. Wouldn't be there. Cause that ain't what I wanted. Anyway. And so you do that part. Then you pass that part for whatever reason. I'm not about to get into that. So you pass that part. So you pass part one, you go into part two. Part two is when you do decide that you two want to, be married, live as one, have this life, and, go ahead and continue with what you think you want or what you wanted. Is this what you wanted? So they get to that part. Okay, so now you're on that part, and like I said, this can relate to relationship too. So let's say marriage and relationship. The first part just don't. You want to go to a counselor before getting a relationship. That's new, but okay. Anyway, so now you're in the marriage. Things go smooth for however long it goes, and then something happens. It's a rock in the road, or something's changing, and somebody changed and switched up or whatever. Okay. But it doesn't really matter. So the first thing comes is, let's go to marriage counselor and counseling, and let's go to therapy, and let's go do this, and let's go to pastor and pastoring and whatever. Okay. So that would be the next thing, like to try to fix what you wanted, to see if you still want it. Okay. So now you go to that part. Now it gets to the part where you tried everything, and this could be men and women. I'm not even putting no gender in your person. I'm not putting anything on anything. Listen. So you go through that, nothing's working. Whatever the problem is, I'm not even gonna pinpoint, but whatever the problem is, it's continuing or getting worse. So now it's just getting to the part where now we got to wrap this up. This is just going to be the end, because this is not working. So we just have to cut our ties and move around and live our separate lives. And if you got kids or whatever, work that out, whatever it may be, money or whatever y'all got to working it out. Okay. Then after that, you got to go to therapy or pastoring and counseling to try to heal the wounds in the mental and whatever it was, or the spiritual, that part especially, emotional, whatever that you've been through with this whole ordeal. And so now you got to go back and see the therapist, the counselor, counseling, the pastoring. Okay, so you remember step 1, step 2, and this was the last one, step 3. Is that what you want? Like, for you to come up with this ideal life, and it's supposed to be happiness, but people say, happiness goes up, down, even if you're by yourself. Happiness goes up and down. But at least you only have to deal with yourself if it's just yourself. And if you got your thing with the Most High and you're a praying person, then it's between you and the Most High. That's way, way more better to me and way more acceptable for me to deal with my own problems with the Most High. To each his own if they got another way or whatever. But isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that in the beginning, you have to go to counseling. And then during it, you got to go to counseling, pastoring or whatever. And then at the end, you got to go to counseling, pastoring, therapy, whatever. Okay? What the hell kind of life is that? It's not making sense to me. You mean to tell me, in order for me to have this supposedly happy life, my whole entire life got to have to be a revolving damn door throughout counseling and therapy and pastoring, my whole entire existing with this situation or this decision that was made between whomever as one. Now, if I got to go through some therapy or pastoring and counseling just to get back up with pastoring and therapy and counseling, miss me with that. That life can miss me. I just thought about that though, yo. I just thought about that like, what the hell kind of hell? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Is that supposed to be life? That your whole entire life has to be about you getting therapy and counseling and getting your mental and your emotional and your spiritual and your financial and all that together after trying to make something work together. Now, if I got to do that all by myself, then so it be. So it be. But I ain't going to hold y'all. I ain't going to even hold y'all. It's just a revolving door. And then you got that open door. Okay? See you later. See you later. Because me, I'm walking out that open door. I ain't looking back no more. See you later. See you later. Because you're going to just be going revolving and round and round and round like a cat. Round. A revolving door. In the therapist. In the pastor. In the counseling. Then back to where it all came from. To the crib. Wherever it came from. But I'm walking out that open door. I ain't looking back no more. I'll see you later. See you later. And won't even see you later. Won't even see you later. They'll be seeing you later when you on their brains. When you on their brains about whatever it was that caused this to be a walking out that open door. And is this what you really wanted? All right. No music rights. Hopefully I can get through this. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Don't doubt me. Don't block your girl just for a little snippet. I'll make sure I put this in the description too. Okay? This is my boy. This song is banging, y'all. This is Red F here. Was that what you wanted? 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 What you wanted? Be blessed. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I don't want these people to be like, back in the video.